To Tom Prasada Rao, my favorite friend. My third time at the Kerrville Folk Festival, I stood at the back of an extremely large crowd, rocking my 6-week-old baby while you sang Sleeping Beauty on the stage. I claimed the song as my anthem, as a scared new single mom and a brand new fledgling songwriter. I had the great fortune of meeting you later that same night around a campfire, and you helped me with the guitar on a song I had written. Earlier that night, I told a friend who suggested I ask you for help that I could never ask you for help because you were like Elvis. But when you took my song and played it almost instantly, exactly the way I heard it in my head, I made a secret wish that you were someone I hoped to know for a very long time. 2 years later, you produced my first CD. Your picture had been hanging on my refrigerator since that festival as a reminder to myself that I was on a new path. And when I'd tell 2-year-old Hannah that I was going to sing with Tom Prasada Rao, she'd point to your picture and say, Ram Rao Rao. Neither of my girls can remember a world that you weren't part of. It took us a year to finish my project, and at the end of the year, after I sang with you at a gig, you emailed me from Maryland and said, if the path to your heart wasn't so long, I'd want to be first in line. To which I replied, step right up. And you did. You jumped in with both feet, with both me and my daughters, which I have to say for a man in your position was either monumentally brave or utterly crazy. For 12 unforgettable years, we did our very best together. Through 1,000 road trips, airports, late nights in makeshift studios, margarita Wednesdays, temper tantrums, tattoos, too many concerts to count, homework neither of us could figure out. 2 Christmas trips with Caroline in the hospital for pneumonia, once in Dallas and once in DC. And the revolving front door of our house with so many friends coming and going and all the songs written around the dining room table. Too many songs to count. And 1,000,000 dog walks with our Muppet of a Golden Doodle Thurman, where we'd solve all the world's problems before we get home. You were enthusiastically down for all of it. But marriage can be complicated, sometimes more complicated than either of us felt equipped to handle. And when the day came that we decided to call it quits, we made a promise to each other to always remain close friends. Against all odds and some people's better judgment, we kept that promise. And I'm so grateful for that. Here's what I would like for the world to know about you. You were the kindest person I've ever known. You were gracious, generous, and unassuming to everyone you'd meet. You'd give a man on the street the shirt off your back and all the change in your pocket. You walked your talk. You had the most dazzling smile. It would light up every room you entered. I've never seen a better one. You were the most musically talented human I've ever known, a gift straight from God. No one could play, sing, write, perform, or connect to an audience quite like you. You had the best laugh I've ever heard. I loved how much we laughed together and cracked each other up. You were just as big a goofball as me. We could always find the inappropriate joke or the silver lining in everything. Laughing with you is what I will remember and what I will miss the most. Your love of food and cooking and trying to make chicken curry as good as your mom's kept 3 girls in Texas very well fed, with their palates ever expanding. Chapati making night became a family affair with everyone manning their stations, the girls forming the dough into balls, you rolling the balls into triangles and folding and re-rolling them to create the layers like your mom taught you. And me as the flipper who sometimes let them get too brown on purpose because I liked them that way. And Caroline and Hannah lived for your banana fritters, on Sunday mornings, just like your dad would make for you and Danny and Patty and Polly when you were kids. You made the kitchen our favorite room in the house. And while your chicken curry was delicious, now that you're gone, I can truthfully say that your mom's is still the best. And I know you would agree. You were so much fun to be around, sometimes too much fun. Everyone wanted a piece of you. You were the life of every party, the center of every song circle. You were hands down the best gift giver. I still have every present you ever gave me, and my 40th birthday CD, complete with poetry and secret messages from friends and songs you wrote just for the occasion, will go down in history as the most epic birthday surprise ever pulled off. Hearing you sing Lady by the Little River Band with Mikey McNevin in the middle of a dinner in a packed Ethiopian restaurant in Boston, knowing how much I loved the Little River Band and how much you hated them, was the truest profession of love. You cried in every sappy movie, just like both our dads. And speaking of dads, you were the very best. You were patient and gentle and fun and forgiving. You were, without hesitation, the most unconditionally loving volunteer dad my girls could have ever asked for. You helped create a safe space where they could grow into the very best versions of themselves. They've never had to doubt your love for them, and that is the greatest gift. And even though I claimed it as my anthem, I know that according to your theory, that every song you write is really written for yourself, that Sleeping Beauty is rightfully your anthem. You can walk 1,000,000 miles, fake 1,000,000 smiles in the line of duty, but you don't have to make believe, because everyone can see you're a Sleeping Beauty. So long, Tom Persada. Rest easy, Sleeping Beauty. Thank you for my fairy tale. I hope you finally know how truly beautiful you are.